Good evening. Now exercise 7.1 second part first sum limit extends to 3 root of 2x plus 6 upon x. Now here we can take limit in the very first step. Why this is so? See, you should first think of denominator. If denominator is not equal to 0 on taking the limit, we can take limit in that step only. So to take the limit means to replace every x by its limiting value. So root of 6 plus 6, that is root 12, which is root of 4 into root 3. So 2 root 3 upon 3. Now this 3 is root 3 into root 3. So final answer is L equal to 2 upon root 3. Second sum, limit extends to 2 x raised to minus 3 minus 2 raised to minus 3 upon x minus 2. Now we have to use the standard limit. Limit x raised to n minus a raised to n upon x minus a as x tends to a is what? N into a raised to n minus 1. Here n is minus 3. A, that is limiting value, is 2. So minus 3 into 2 raised to minus 3 minus 1. What is 2 raised to minus 4? 1 upon 2 raised to 4, which is 16. So minus 3 upon 16 is the answer. Now this is the third one. Just listen to me. You can write the solution after the lecture. In fact, you have to write the solution after the lecture. Limit x tends to 5, x cube minus 125 upon x raised to 5 minus 3125. See, we have to use this standard limit. But observe that in the given function, both numerator and denominator are of which form? X raised to n minus a raised to n. But we need x raised to n minus a raised to n upon x minus a, right? So we have to divide numerator and denominator by x minus 5. Is division allowed? Yes. X only tends to 5. X is not equal to 5. So x minus 5 will not be 0 and division by non-zero number is allowed. Now what is limit of quotient? Limit of numerator upon limit of denominator. Actually, before that, what is 3125? It is 5 raised to 5 and 125 is 5 cube. Now apply this result. So in the numerator, it is 3 into 5 square. In the denominator, it is 5 into 5 raised to 4, right? In fact, you can simplify this. So what will be the answer? It will be 3 upon 5 cube. That is 3 upon 125 is the final answer. Right down. Fourth sum, if limit x raised to 4 minus 1 upon x minus 1 as x tends to a equals limit of x cube minus a cube upon x minus a as x tends to a, find possible values of a. Okay. See, both are of which type? Because one can be written as 1 raised to 4. Why to write 1 raised to 4? Because it is x raised to 4. Had it been x raised to 11, I would have written 1 raised to 11. Simple. Now, if you apply the standard limit, then LHS is just 4 because 1 cube is 1. So 4 equal to 3a square. 3a square is 4. So what is a square? 4 by 3. So what is a? Plus or minus 2 upon root 3. Now next one is an important one. Let L be the limit extends to 1 of which function? X plus x square plus x cube up to x raised to n minus n upon x minus 1. Can we take limit in the first step? The answer is no. Why? Because numerator is 1 plus 1 plus 1 how many times? N times. If you add 1 n times, you get n minus n 0 upon 0, 0 by 0 form, right? So we cannot take limit in the first step. So how to evaluate this? See, this n can be replaced by what? 1 plus 1 plus 1 how many times? N times. But you can see minus sign before the bracket. Now next step is interesting. See, I rearrange the terms. So x minus 1 plus x square, 1 more minus 1 plus x cube minus 1 up to what? X raised to n minus 1. Now split numerator. You will notice that each function is of which type? X raised to n minus a raised to n upon x minus a. And we know that value of this limit is n into a raised to n minus 1. Now split numerator. Actually, I have omitted one step here. If you split numerator, then you have to say limit of sum is sum of limits. Now why to write 1 as 1 square? Because this is x square. Now, which standard limit is to be used? Limit x tends to a, x raised to n minus a raised to n upon x minus a is n raised to n minus 1. So this is 1 plus 2 into 1 raised to 2 minus 1 plus 3 into 1 raised to 3 minus 1 up to what? N into 1 raised to n minus 1. So it is 1 plus 2 plus 3 up to n. Note that this is sigma r. R goes from 1 to n. That is sum of the first n natural numbers. And what is that sum? You should know that. It is n into n plus 1 upon 2. So the final answer is L equal to n into n plus 1 divided by 2. Right. Now second sum, let me explain. Limit x tends to 7, cube root of x minus cube root of 7 into cube root of x plus cube root of 7 upon x minus 7. Right? Now I can write this as, see what is a minus b into a plus b? It is a square minus b square. So using laws of indices, this is nothing but x raised to 2 by 3. Why? Because square of cube root of x. Cube root of x means x raised to 1 by 3. X raised to 1 by 3 square. I hope you won't say it is x raised to 1 by 9. No, it is x raised to 2 by 3. Now, the function is of which type? X raised to n minus a raised to n upon x minus a. So what is the answer? N a raised to n minus 1. That is 2 upon 3 into 7 raised to 2 upon 3 minus 1. That is minus 1 by 3. So this is the final answer. Or you may say, evaluate limit for this part. Why? Because there is plus sign. And just write this as x raised to 1 by 3 minus 7 raised to 1 by 3 upon x minus 7. No problem. That is also correct. But here they have multiplied and written the function in that form only. Okay. Yes. Now sum number 3. We have solved one similar sum. Limit as x tends to 5 of x raised to k minus 5 raised to k upon x minus 5 is 500. Find all possible values of k. Now, this is standard limit. Its value is k into 5 raised to k minus 1. It is 500. So k into 5 raised to k minus 1 is 500. Now I can write 500 as what? 4 into 125. Why to write this as 4 into 125 only? So that I can further write this as 4 into 5 raised to 5 minus 1. So that we can compare these two. So what is the final answer? K equal to 4. Fourth one, let L be the limit x tends to 0, 1 minus x raised to 8 minus 1 upon 1 minus x square minus 1. We put 1 minus x equal to y, that is we are changing the variable. Now as x tends to 0, see when we change the variable, we must obtain tending value of new variable. So as x tends to 0, y will tend to what? 1 minus 0, that is 1, and that is why I have written y tends to 1. I repeat this. This is substitution. So we must obtain tending value of new variable, that is y. So as x tends to 0, y will tend to 1 minus 0, that is 1. Right? So we get this. Now you may say, can we divide numerator and denominator by y minus 1? Yes, absolutely right. And then in that case, you have to go for which result? Limit y tends to a, y raised to n minus a raised to n upon y minus a. But here I have used factorization method. What are the factors of y raised to 8 minus 1? Y raised to 4 minus 1 into y raised to 4 plus 1. Again, factors of these are y square minus 1, y square plus 1. This as it is. Substitute this in the numerator. You will notice that y square minus 1 gets cancelled. This was giving 0 by 0 form, right? So cancel it and then take the limit. So limit y tends to 1, y square minus 1, y square plus 1, y raised to 4 plus 1 upon y square minus 1. Y square minus 1 gets cancelled. Why can we cancel that? Because y only tends to 1, not equal to 1. So that y square minus 1 is not equal to 0. Now take the limit. To take the limit means to replace every y by its limiting value, which is 1. So 1 plus 1, that is 2 into again 2. So 4. Final answer is L equal to 4. Fifth one, limit x tends to 0, cube root of 1 plus x minus root 1 plus x upon x. Now we put 1 plus x equal to y. That is x equal to y minus 1. Now as x tends to 0, y will tend to what? 1 plus 0, that is 1. I repeat, when we use substitution, we must obtain tending value of new variable. What is the substitution? 1 plus x equal to y. Now x tends to 0. So y will tend to 1 plus 0, that is 1. So limit x tends to 0 of this becomes, see, that is why we always begin with L equal to, right? So we need not write this again. So L equal to, now 1 plus x is y. So y raised to 1 upon 3 minus y raised to 1 upon 2, because root means, square root means raised to 1 by 2. Now what is this x? As 1 plus x is y, x is y minus 1. Now this step is important. Please listen to me carefully. This step is important. Subtract 1, add 1. Why? Because numerator must be of which type? Y raised to n minus 1. So we subtract 1 and we add 1. See, have we written the same numerator? Because that is important. Yes, we have. Y raised to 1 by 3 minus 1 minus y raised to half minus plus 1. Now what is the advantage of this? If you split numerator, each function is of which type? Y raised to n minus a raised to n upon y minus 1, right? So which standard limit? Actually, it is better if we use the variable y here. So that is n into a raised to n minus 1. So 1 by 3, 1 raised to y minus 2 by 3. Simple, 1 upon 3 is minus 1 is minus 2 by 3. But 1 raised to minus 2 by 3 is 1. So finally, it is 1 upon 3 minus 1 upon 2, which is nothing but minus 1 upon 6. So that is the final answer. Now this is an important sum. Sum number 6. Let L be the limit y tends to 1, 2y minus 2 upon cube root of 7 plus y minus 2. See, what are the factors of a minus b? Can I say that a is cube of a raised to 1 by 3? Yes. Can I say that b is cube of b raised to 1 by 3? Yes. Now what are the factors of, say, p cube minus q cube? P minus q into another bracket p square plus pq plus q square. And therefore, what is a minus b? It is a raised to 1 by 3 minus b raised to 1 by 3 square of this, which is a raised to 2 by 3 plus product plus a raised to 1 by 3 b raised to 1 by 3 plus square of second. Okay. Now in the denominator, cube root of 7 plus y is 7 plus y raised to 1 upon 3. Can I say that 2 is 8 raised to 1 by 3? Yes, I can. In the numerator, take 2 common to get 2 into y minus 1. Now observe this. Multiply numerator and denominator by this factor. Now you will say, but sir, we require this in the denominator only. But if you just multiply denominator by that, function will change. So though we do not require it in the numerator, we have to write that in the numerator also, right? So 7 plus y raised to 2 by 3 plus 7 plus y raised to 1 by 3, 8 raised to 1 by 3 plus 8 raised to 2 by 3. So we have multiplied numerator and denominator by this. Now this part in the numerator as it is. Now many students, they evaluate this limit directly. Yes, you can. The only thing is you will have to say that limit of product is product of limits and then evaluate. Otherwise this is not allowed. What? That put y equal to 1 here and this part as it is. That is not allowed. Okay. So in the next step, what I will do is, see, this is a raised to 1 by 3 minus b raised to 1 by 3. This part is comparable with this. So what is the answer? A minus b means what? It is simply 7 plus y minus 8. Compare. Base is 7 plus y and here 8. That is y minus 1, which gets cancelled with this y minus 1. Right. Right. So what is, if you substitute, what is denominator then? 7 plus y minus 8, that is y minus 1, which gets cancelled with this. Now take the limit, means replace every y by 1. Now 8 raised to 2 by 3. What is 8? 2 cube. 2 cube raised to 2 by 3 is 2 square, that is 4. 8 raised to 1 by 3, 2. So 2 into 2 plus 8 raised to 2 by 3, same, 4. So 24 is the final answer. Seventh one is again an important one. Limit z tends to a of z plus 2 raised to 3 by 2 minus a plus 2 raised to 3 by 2 upon z minus a. We have to replace z plus 2 by y and a plus 2 by b. See, denominator z minus a, can I write it as z plus 2 minus a plus 2? Yes, I can check this. Z plus 2, open the bracket, z plus 2 minus a minus 2. Right? So we have written the same in required form. Now I replace this z plus 2 by y and a plus 2 by b. Now, when we use substitution, we must obtain tending value of new variable. As z tends to a, put z equal to a. We get a minus a, that is 0. So 0 equal to y minus b, means y equal to b. But a is tending value of z, so b is tending value of y. I repeat this. As z tends to a, what happens? Y minus b will tend to a minus a, that is 0. Means y will tend to b. So L equals limit y tends to b of y raised to 3 by 2 minus b raised to 3 by 2 upon y minus b. Now this is standard limit, standard form rather. Y raised to n minus b raised to n upon y minus b. So as limit of y tends to b of this function, we get n into b raised to n minus 1. So 3 by 2 into b raised to 3 by 2 minus 1, that is half. But what is b? B is nothing but a plus 2. So final answer is L equal to 3 upon 2. Raised to half means square root. So 3 upon 2 root a plus 2. Now sum number 9, actually this is similar to first sum, so we'll just discuss it. But of course you have to write the solution after the lecture. Limit x tends to 1 of this function, x plus x cube plus x raised to 5 up to x raised to 2n minus 1. You will observe that indices are n consecutive odd numbers, right? Now this n is written as 1 plus 1 plus 1 how many times? N times. Same logic, x minus 1 plus x cube minus 1 plus x raised to 5 minus 1 and so on. Yes, I was mentioning about this step. You have to write this step. Split numerator, yes, and then say limit of sum is sum of limits. Now each function is of which type? This one, x raised to n minus a raised to n upon x minus a. As x tends to a, what is the answer? N into a raised to n minus 1. Now 1 raised to is 1. So this is 1 plus 3 plus 5 up to what? 2n minus 1. Note that these are consecutive odd numbers, or you may say these are in arithmetic progression with first term 1 and common difference 2. So use that formula to get final answer as what? N square, right? Yes. Now exercise 7.2, first sum. This basically is based on method of factorization. So we find the factors both in numerator and denominator. We cancel the factor which is giving 0 by 0 form. So the first one, limit z tends to 2 of z square minus 5z plus 6 upon z square minus 4, right? Now what are the factors? See, actually it is better if you say for z equal to 2 we get 0 by 0 form. On putting z equal to 2, we get 0 means what? Z minus 2 must be the factor. See, if we know one factor, then you need not waste time in finding the other because it is to be written by observation. You need not split the middle term, right? So if first is z minus 2, second has to be z minus 3. What about denominator? Z minus 2, z plus 2. Can I cancel z minus 2? I can, because z only tends to 2, not equal to 2. So z minus 2 is not equal to 0. Now on cancelling this, you have to mention the remaining terms. Now take the limit. In exam, you need not write this step, that limit of quotient is limit of numerator upon limit of denominator. After writing this, you can say evaluating the limit, means replacing every z by its limiting value, which is 2. So minus 1 upon 4 is the final answer. Sum number 3. Let L be the limit y tends to 0, 5y cube plus 8y square upon 3y raised to 4 minus 16y square. Take y square common from numerator and denominator. Cancel that. Why can we cancel it? Because y only tends to 0, y is not equal to 0. Upon cancelling this, take the limit. To take the limit means to replace every y by its limiting value, which is 0. So 8 upon minus 16, that is minus half. So minus half is the final answer. Now second part, first sum. Let L be the limit u tends to 1, u raised to 4 minus 1 upon u cube minus 1. You can say that divide numerator and denominator by u minus 1. But as indices are just 3, 4, I have factorized this. What are the factors? U raised to 4 minus 1 has factors u square minus 1, which again can be written as u minus 1 u plus 1 into u square plus 1. What are the factors of a cube minus b cube? A minus b, a square plus ab plus b square. We can cancel u minus 1. Now take the limit, means to replace every u by its limiting value, which is 1. So final answer is 4 by 3. Now we solve one more sum and then we'll stop. पुढचे अगदी सोपं आहे. सिम्प्लिफिकेशन इज द की. म्हणजे काय? एलसीएम काढणं, लॉज ऑफ इंडायसेस अप्लाय करणं. डार्क होत आहे पेन. मला सांगा काय एक्सप्लेन करण्यासारखं आहे? फ्रॅक्शन कसे ऍड करायचे, फॅक्टर्स कसे फाइंड आउट करायचे. करतो एक्सप्लेन 2च मिनिट. So second, limit x tends to 3, 1 upon x minus 3 minus 9x upon x cube minus 27. What are the factors of x cube minus 27? X minus 3, x square plus 3x plus 9. Now this is LCM. So what is numerator? X square plus 3x plus 9 minus 9x. That is x square minus 6x plus 9. Note that this is square of x minus 3. I have written this as x minus 3 into x minus 3. Note that only one x minus 3 gets cancelled. Why can we cancel it? Because x only tends to 3, not equal to 3. So division by x minus 3 is allowed. Now take the limit, means to replace every x by its limiting value, which in this case is 3. So 3 minus 3, that is 0. It's fine that numerator is 0, but denominator should not be 0. 0 upon 27 it is, which is nothing but 0. So final answer is L equal to 0. Okay, then we stop here.